retired Lord of the Rings. You are lucky to share my presence, and those few who survive this night are the luckiest of all. You are paid to hear my story, and so you shall have it. Before I became Dragula, the tyrannical Transylvanian, I was known as Barry, a 35-year-old virgin plumber from Cootamundra. My mates would say I pull more turds than birds. Whatever, I'd say. There isn't a porn star in the world who's unclogged more drains than me. They all patted me on the back and laughed at me jokes. I hated those wankers. On my 36th birthday, my mates found this broad at the pub and talked her into going home with me. I thought I was finally going to get me some, but she was really under the weather, and right when we got to second base, she threw up in my mouth. Bloody uncharming stuff, but I cleaned her up and gave her my best boot on. Thought she might be up for it in the morning, but she buggered off before I woke up, stole my favourite pillow, and got chunder all over me clean overalls. Anyway, a few months later, me and my mate Jono were at the Sydney pub, and Jono makes this real interesting observation.
Hey, all of these pretty broads have a queer guy with them. It's like these city chicks wear gays as wristwatches or something.
Gets me an idea. What if I pretend to be queer to get close to him? Jono reckons it's a cracker of a plan. So, the next night I rock up at the pub in a black dress. Cotton on, tight fitting around the waist, cut down one side, made my bum look real nice. So Jono and I are at the pub looking like a pair of poofs, and eventually we get talking to this group of Sheilas. They were a bit rough around the edges, but they kept talking about their friend Simone, a model who just broke up with a fancy photographer boyfriend. Simone came in when I was sitting on a bar stool chatting to a fat friend, Lisa or Sandra or whatever. Sandra says, "Simone!" I turn around and lock eyes with the most beautiful Sheila I've seen in years. I smile at her, and she starts to smile back, but then suddenly screams, "Ah! Oh, sorry, I thought you were a monster. Wasn't expecting the beard." Now, I may have hit a few branches on the ugly tree on my way down, but I'm a little offended. She thinks I'm a monster. But wait, this gives me an idea. Yeah, a real good idea. An idea so flippin' good. I sell my house, pack up all my gear, and then catch the next flight to Russia. I wear black clothes and grow my hair long and catch a train to Romania. My old life was lucrative, so I exchanged my Australian dollar into gold bars and leased a castle near a village filled with young women. Centuries have passed since the legends of old, and the people are no longer scared. In fact, many tourists come to the area to see where it all began, and for the cheeses. I make friends with Igor, an old gypsy who lives by the river. I'm not sure his name is Igor, because I never asked, but there's a high likelihood it is. Anyway, I give Igor an ingot to start rumors about a handful of virgins going missing from the neighboring village, and the seeds of fear have been planted in the fertile garden of the village's minds. Many months, and many more rumors later, and the word is out that Dragula is back. The mayor of the village calls a meeting, and I offer in the castle as a protocol for them villagers to come to. It's big and safe, I say. Nothing opens those doors once they're locked. So, we have the meeting, and the mayor's rabbiting on about steaks and garlic, and so I excuse myself to go to the pisser. I change into me blacks, and whip on my cap, and I wait patiently until a young woman approaches. I pounce on her and clap my hand over her mouth. She tries to scream as I drag her into my third biggest pile. "I am Dragula!" I boom. "I will drain the lifeblood from your virgin neck." The young lady faints. I whip off my cape and stash my black clothes in one of them fancy tables. I run at the wall like a mad old bull and slam the noggin into the brickwork so it looks like I've been caught in a hairy scrap. I pull the young lady into one of them four posters and fan her until she wakes up. She's dazed and confused, so I get straight to it. "You alright, love?" I ask with concern on my face. Oh my lord! Help me! Dracula, he was here! I know, sweetheart, we had a tumble. He got me a good one on the cheek, but I scared him off with a clove of garlic I happened to be carrying in my shorts. The thing is, he said he'd come back with some spray which protects him against it, so you're not safe here. Then I must flee! That wasn't part of the plan. No, you can't. He has a taste of your blood now. You'll be a lot safer around all the others. But I can't endanger my friends. true. Then you have to run as fast and as far as you can, and you might not be able to find you. And then I paused, because this was the good bit. Unless what? No, I couldn't even say it. Or suggest it. I don't want to be his next victim. Well, and then I paused like my conscience was tearing at me. Well, Dracula only goes for virgins, right? He loves the blood of an unsoiled maiden and all that. So, if you and I... No! I'd sooner die than do that. I have to save myself for marriage. You bloody well will die sooner, you stupid tart! No. You're right. It was stupid of me to even suggest it. Then I paused for a moment. What's that noise at the door? What noise? I move over to the door and step outside.
Let me pass, pathetic mortal. I will drink that virgin dry.
Nah, not if I can help it. Move. Ow! That hurt. Not as much as this is gonna. Oh! Ow! Take that, you filthy bat! Oh, my balls! Oh, my nipples!
Now you die!
What do you think of that?
A silver cross. I have something upstairs that lets me get past those. I'll be back in 5 minutes. 10 minutes.
Then I stumbled back over to the girl on the bed. Whew! You heard him, sweet cheeks. Probably won't even make it to the front door of my castle within 5 minutes. But at least your family's here in my great hall, so you'll be able to say your farewells. She hesitates. And I know I've got this one in the bag. God will understand. He wouldn't want me to perish. So yeah. Yes! We move over to the bed and we make some sweet love for at least 60 seconds. I lean back, and I'm about to take up smoking to properly enjoy the moment, when she grabs my chest hair and says, "That is not how my first time is going down. We must do it again." So, we made some cootie, wanted to know if it was worth the gold ingot. 3 months and 16 virgins later, I tell them too bloody right it was. And that, pathetic mortals, is the story of how I became Dragula, the truly tyrannical transgender Transylvanian ex-tradie who traipsed in on a Trans-Siberian train to trick untainted teenagers into trading their tenderness for protection. Tremble in terror as I pair off into tomorrow. Or, do you want to come with?